No, Jesus wasn't misunderstood. To the Jews, his claim to be God was unmistakable. But what about this? Maybe Jesus was a legend. In the first few centuries after the real Jesus lived, his followers invented the idea that Jesus was God. Is this valid? Was belief in the deity of Jesus added centuries later? Or did the very first Christians believe that Jesus was God? Again, the historical evidence speaks loud and clear. The earliest Christian writers made clear reference to Jesus who is our God, Jesus who is both God and man, Jesus who is not a mere man but was God. So the idea that Jesus of Nazareth is God was not invented after the Christian movement began, not at all. Christians always believed it from the very start. So this explanation fails. But another way to try to make sense of Jesus' claim to be God is he was a clever political strategist. He falsely claimed to be God in the hope of focusing Jewish resistance against their Roman oppressors. However, in Jewish culture, claiming equality with God was not a good idea. In fact, it was a crime punishable by death. Jesus made it clear that he was not a political revolutionary, and the Roman government itself officially declared Jesus not guilty of inciting rebellion. So, this explanation doesn't work either. But is it plausible that the historical Jesus never even existed? No. In addition to the eyewitness testimony of the 4 earliest biographers, multiple Greek, Roman, and Jewish historians document the existence of Jesus, who is called Christ. In fact, there's as much documentary evidence for the existence of Jesus as there is for Julius Caesar. That's why the vast majority of New Testament scholars affirm that Jesus was an actual living, breathing, historical figure. For those who examine the evidence objectively, all of these explanations fall short. But for the open-minded, there's at least one other option to consider. Perhaps Jesus was who he claimed to be. Unlike the other options, this explanation fits perfectly with the historical data. But it does have one major problem.